One of the biggest mistakes women make during divorce is waiting until after they file to start understanding their financial situation. And by the time panic hits, many women are already emotionally overwhelmed, legally reactive, and trying to make major decisions without the information they actually need, especially if your spouse handled most of the finances, and especially if money conversations have always felt intimidating to you, and especially if you're already emotionally exhausted before the divorce process even begins. Preparation is not manipulation. Preparation is protection. And gathering information before filing does not mean you're definitely getting divorced tomorrow. It means you're making sure you understand your current reality before life-changing decisions start happening quickly. I want to talk about this today because I have personally lived through emotional and financial abuse, and unfortunately even physical. I know what it feels like to be financially intimidated. I know what it feels like to question your own judgment. I know how overwhelming it can be to feel like you're trying to untangle finances while your nervous system is already exhausted. But this video is not about fear. It's about clarity. Because women make better decisions when they are informed instead of panicked. And if you're even considering divorce right now, there are a few things I strongly encourage women to start doing before filing whenever possible. Not perfectly, not aggressively, strategically. The first thing is understanding what documents actually exist. And I know this sounds simple, but you would be shocked how many women enter divorce without having access to critical financial information. Start gathering things like tax returns and bank statements, credit card statements, retirement accounts, mortgage statements, pay stubs, investment accounts, business information, if at all applicable, insurance policies, and that's like house and life, auto, debt information, any major financial record tied to assets or liabilities you hold as a couple. Because once divorce becomes contentious, access to information become much, much harder. And no, gathering information is not being sneaky, it is being prepared. Especially if your spouse has historically controlled the finances, withheld information, or made money conversations really difficult. Because you can't make informed decisions about your future if you do not fully understand your present. Now, when we're talking about financial awareness, let's talk about credit because this is another area where women often get really, really blindsided. Because you need to know your credit score before filing. Know what debts are attached to your name, what accounts exist jointly, what your monthly obligations are. I have worked with women who had no idea their name was attached to a certain debt until they started preparing for divorce. And that information matters because your credit impacts things like housing options, mortgage qualification, interest rates, future purchasing power, other kinds of loans you may or may not be able to take out, and overall financial flexibility after divorce. So awareness is power. And if checking your finances feels emotionally overwhelming right now, that doesn't mean that you should avoid it. It usually means that your nervous system already associates money with stress, with fear, or possibly both. That is important to recognize.
Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this message from our sponsors.
Imagine having the power to control your financial destiny, no matter where you start. Welcome to the Financial Mastery Simplified course and resource platform, where financial education is tailored to your unique journey. We cover everything you need, from basic budgeting and saving strategies to advanced investing and retirement planning. Learn at your own pace with lessons that match your level of experience. Whether you're a beginner or looking to enhance your financial knowledge, join our community of learners and benefit from shared insights and expert guidance. The Financial Mastery Simplified course and resource platform equips you with the skills and confidence to take charge of your financial future. Ready to master your finances? Enroll in our courses today at the Financial Mastery Simplified course and resource platform. Start your path to financial independence now.
Visit us at fms.tips and fms.college for more information.
Hello and welcome to PBJ Mortgage, where your home ownership dreams become reality. Today, we want to share why choosing PBJ Mortgage is the right choice for your home financing needs. At PBJ Mortgage, we're built on a foundation of values that drive us every day. Our commitment to educate, empathize, and empower our clients sets us apart in the mortgage industry. Our clients are at the heart of everything we do, and their success stories speak volumes. With years of experience, our team possesses in-depth knowledge of the mortgage programs, ensuring you receive expert guidance and the best possible rates. We offer a diverse range of loan options to suit your unique needs, including conventional, FHA, VA, and more. No matter your situation, we've got a solution. At PBJ Mortgage, we pride ourselves on providing personalized service. Our dedicated loan officers are here to guide you every step of the way, making the process as smooth as making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We understand that time is of the essence, which is why we've streamlined our processes for efficiency and convenience. Transparency and clear communication are paramount. You'll always know where you stand throughout your mortgage journey. Reach out to us today to set up a call to discover your options. If you're ready to make your home ownership dreams a reality, contact PBJ Mortgage today. Let us empower you during this exciting journey. Phone number 4693733 107 www.pbjteam.com. Visit our website or give us a call to get started. We look forward to helping you secure your future home. PBJ Mortgage, where home begins.
Thanks for your patience.
Another thing I strongly encourage women to do before filing is opening a bank account in their own name if they do not already have one. This does not mean draining accounts secretly or doing anything that would be considered inappropriate financially. This is about establishing financial independence and access. Because one of the most destabilizing experiences for women during divorce is suddenly feeling like they have no financial autonomy whatsoever. You need access to your own banking, your own records, your own ability to function independently. And for some women, even opening their own account feels emotionally huge because financial control has conditioned them to feel guilty becoming financially independent. Again, this is not weakness. That is conditioning. Now, let's talk about the house, because for many women, this becomes the biggest emotional and financial issue during divorce. And one of the biggest mistakes I see is women waiting until after agreements are drafted before talking to the mortgage expert. So please do not do that. You need to understand early what refinancing could look like for you, whether keeping the home is realistic, how support income may impact your qualification, what selling could provide financially, and what your actual options are before settlement negotiations are finalized. Because once paperwork is signed, some decisions become much harder to reverse. And emotionally overwhelmed women often agree to things before fully understanding the long-term financial impact. And I see this pretty constantly. Women agree to keep the house without understanding affordability, or they give away equity that they later desperately need, or they assume they cannot qualify without ever even having a conversation first. Preparation creates options for you, and options reduce the panic. Now, another thing women need before filing is the right support team. And I don't just mean legal support. You need a coordinated expert to understand how emotional overwhelm impacts decision-making. A divorce attorney protects your legal interests. A mortgage expert helps you understand financing realities. A realtor helps evaluate equity and housing strategy. And sometimes a therapist or financial professional helps support the emotional and rebuilding side too. Because divorce is not just legal paperwork. It's emotional and financial and psychological and logistical all rolled into one. And women who try to navigate all of that alone, they usually end up operating from survival mode instead of being strategic and a mode of strategy. You deserve support. Now, I also want to talk about emotional mistakes because this part matters more than a lot of people realize. Emotionally overwhelmed women often make one of two mistakes during divorce. They either avoid everything completely, or they make rush decisions just to make the discomfort stop. Either one is equally dangerous because avoidance creates ignorance. Panic creates impulsive decisions, and neither one leads to long-term stability or success. So if you're in that emotionally frozen stage right now, your goal is not to solve your entire future overnight. Your goal is simply to start gathering information calmly. One document, one conversation, one account, one question at a time. That is how women start regaining their power again. It is not through perfection. It is through preparation. And honestly, I think one of the most empowering shifts happens when women realize, I don't need to know everything before I start, because you are allowed to ask questions before you're fully ready. You're allowed to explore options before making final decisions. You're allowed to prepare financially without apologizing for it. That is wisdom, not betrayal. And now I know that there are women watching this right now who feel terrified, even thinking about divorce financially. And I do understand that deeply. I know what it feels like to be emotionally exhausted and financially intimidated all at the same time. I know what it feels like to believe you're trapped because someone else handled the money or controlled the information from you. But I also know what happens when women finally start gathering information instead of avoiding it. Confidence slowly starts coming back. Not because everything magically became easier, but because uncertainty starts shrinking. And uncertainty is often what creates the most fear. So if you're considering divorcing right now, or even quietly wondering what your options are, please hear me carefully. You do not need to wait until everything falls apart before getting informed. Preparation is not panic. Preparation is power. And if you don't know where to start, I created a free guide below that walks through the key financial and housing questions women should understand before they file for divorce. And if you want to start understanding your specific situation privately, my team and I are here to help you explore your options without pressure or judgment, because no woman should feel financially trapped simply because nobody helped her understand the process early enough. You could also book a free clarity call with us on our website at pbjteam.com so we can help you look and see exactly where you're currently at.